Hello and welcome to this tutorial in which we're going to use a calculator to calculate the area between functions. Now remember that in a paper 2 for math standard you always must use the calculator, so be clever on the use of that. In this case the integrals may not seem so weird, but it's easy to make silly mistakes and to make mistakes, so let's do it with the calculator. So we go to the graph menu to see what is happening. So let's see in the graph menu and plot both graphs. So x squared, and then we input another function x times e to the power of. Remember that here we need a bracket into the power of because this is a big exponent. And we put minus x squared plus 1. Okay, that's our function. We draw them and you see that is what is happening. Go back a little bit because we can, obviously this is the parabola, but we can change the style of the functions to have a clearer view. So go here and go to the style and change by little dots. Let's say we put dots so we see it better. Now the area between graphs obviously will be this area here, this little space there that we need to calculate. So let's take a closer look and let's do a zoom in. So we take a closer look. Okay, so what is happening now is that I'm going to calculate the integral from here to here because this is where the graphs appear. So to be sure that they intersect in 0, let's with the gsolve button find the limits for the integrals, because the integrals must be from the x of the intersection point to the another x of the other intersection point. So from here to here, I'm sure it's going to be 0 and 1, but to check it, let's go to gsolve and find for the intersection between the functions 0 and then 1. Okay, so our limits will be from 0 to 1, from the x values of our intersection points, from 0 to 1. Okay, now draw them again, and with the gsolve again button we're going to put the little arrow with F6 and we're going to put the integral. So integral, here we can choose which function we have to do first, and let me tell you a good choice is to do always, as we have to subtract integrals because this one is below the other one, so they are one is on the top of another function. We're going to do always top minus the bottom because we want to calculate the area that is there inside that little piece, and we want to subtract this piece here. So we are going to calculate this integral of the dots minus the integral of the full line. So first, then we must choose the dots, that is this function. So we choose with the point there, we choose this function to calculate, and now press the limits from 0 to 1, and you will notice that there the area will appear. All this area, all that area is 0.859. We're going to write down the integral that we are doing. We are doing this one from 0 to 1 of the functions, and we are subtracting because one function is on top of the other. So the first integral, that will be this little piece, was 0.859. Okay, now let's clean this. So let's go back and come in again to make it clear. And now let's go and find the other integral, the integral from the parabola. I mean from 0 to 1, but from the parabola that will be this little piece, which we are going to subtract from the function that we are calculating. So we go to again to gsolve, and then with the little arrow we go to integral. We choose, now we're going to choose this because it's the x squared, so now we choose that one, and now write the limits from 0 to 1 again. That area we are calculating now is this one, which is 1/3, which is 0.33333. So we're going to subtract this number, we're going to subtract 0.33333, and we have our answer. Let's do that in the menu for calculations, and we are done. Go to menu for calculations and do that. 0.859 minus 0.33333. Now you have it. 0.526 is going to be our answer, equals to 0.526. Okay, now done. Great. Another thing that you can do it in one whole piece. You can do it in here in one little step. It's going to be a little more complicated because you will not be seeing what you're doing, and you need to know before which one you have to subtract to the other one. But now that we have figured out that we have to do this integral, we can do it here in the Run menu. Go to Options and go to Calculus with F4 and go to Integral with F4 again. Put everything you see here with the minus and everything. So you put the x times e to the power of minus x squared plus 1, close the bracket, minus x squared. Now write the limits from little comma. Now write the limits from 0 to 1, and now close the bracket for the integral. Obviously this may look easier because when you do it you have the answer straight away, but this is not so clear if you haven't seen the graph. So I prefer doing it in the graph menu because it's more easy to see what you are doing, and that is always a help. Okay, so bye bye, that's the way you do it.